still see us up in Maine, your hair dancing with the wind. Thought our love would last a lifetime, just that hopeful kind of kid. Though the tears drowned out the flame, I still think about your lips. You seem like the kind of girl that I might always miss. I would drive across the country if you would tell me that you want me. 'Cause I'm still wrestling with the words, came so easy out your mouth when you looked at me and said, I hope it all works out. Crowded, sold out room. Close my eyes and see your face, 'cause these songs are all for you. Oh, I thought you'd be here with me, be a part of this old dream. Told me to enjoy the journey, now it's just a lonely street. I would drive across the country if you would tell me that you want me. 'Cause I'm still wrestling with the words, it all works out. I still find it to be true, something I regret, that I always want the things in life that I can never get. Now the days are filled with guilt, it sends chills along my back. You might fall along the wayside, be a person of my past. I would drive across the country if you would tell me that you want me. 'Cause I'm still wrestling with the words, came so easy out your mouth when you looked at me and said, I hope it all works out.
How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Actually really nice out. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Let's go. Are you kidding? Even like, what is this? You guys are cheerleading?
Yeah.
I can't stop feeling like none of this matters. I fool around, tell me words that you don't mean. I'm already numb to it, I'm already numb to it. Feed me lies, tear me up, break me down. I don't wanna be playing these games, I'm already used to them. I'm already used to you being this cold, but keeping you close shouldn't be hard. If you were honest when you said you missed me, you've played with my pride, making me feel like we had something real. I know we've been over this, it's nothing new. You're still gonna be leaving me here. It's easier hating you than missing you, but I don't wanna be feeling this way. I'm already through with it, I'm already tired of thinking at all. 'Cause keeping you close shouldn't be hard. If you were honest when you said you missed me, you've played with my pride, making me feel like like we had something real, and making you stay shouldn't feel wrong. This is the last time I'll ask you to listen. I've played all my cards. Would you feel a thing if you saw me right now? No matter what I say to you, you're gone. I've been trying in vain to hold on. No matter what I say, keeping you close shouldn't be hard. If you were honest when you said you missed me, you've played with my pride, making me feel like we had something real, and making you stay shouldn't feel wrong. This is the last time I'll ask you to listen. I've played all my cards. Would you feel a thing if you saw me right now?
Maybe I'm not some chosen one, but damn it, I'm my father's son, and that's something I'm pretty proud to be. The colder day.
Next, consent must be mutually understandable and communicated. Next, consent must be mutually understandable and communicated. It can be communicated through words or actions. In 2015, the Washington Post and Kaiser Family Foundation polled 1,000 college students about consent. They asked whether the following behaviors establish consent for further sexual activity: a person taking off their own clothes, a person getting a condom, a person nodding in agreement, a person engaging in foreplay such as touching or kissing, a person not specifically saying no. The study found that for every one of these behaviors, some people thought, yes, that's consent. Some people thought, no, that's not consent. And some said it depends, or that they were undecided or unsure. The point is, we can't make assumptions. For example, if you and your partner have established that getting a condom means you're consenting to sex and you've agreed on what sex means to you, that would be a mutually understandable action. But you can't assume that is the case, especially if you've never talked about it before. We also can't assume that because someone is consenting to one thing, that they're consenting to something else. Like saying yes to oral sex doesn't mean yes to different types of sex. Make sure it's clear what you are asking. And you definitely can't assume that your partner is consenting just because they haven't said no. The easiest way to know that someone is actually wanting the same thing you are is to talk about it. You can ask directly. The easiest way to know that someone is actually wanting the same thing you are is to talk about it. You can ask directly, or you can make a statement about what you want and wait to see what your partner says. For example,
I'd really like to kiss you.
Want to cuddle? Can I take off your shirt?
the easiest partner says. For example,
I'd really like to kiss you.
Want to cuddle? Cuddle? Can I take off your shirt?
it's also important to know that alcohol and other substances may impact your ability to give and receive consent. For example, may impact your ability that alcohol and other substances may impact your ability to give and receive consent. For example, alcohol affects how people interpret social cues in their environment. The way people interpret those cues may be less accurate when they're drinking. When drinking, a person might see a facial expression and think, they're so into me. But when sober, they would see the same facial expression and more accurately interpret as, nope, that's not happening. If you're drinking and want to get consent, we recommend that rather than trying to interpret body language, you use clear verbal communication with your partner. Consent requires more than just asking for what you want or asking what another person wants. Consent requires that you also pay attention to how your partner or partners respond through their words or actions. We want our partners to be explicitly saying yes or actively engaging through their body language. If your partner seems like they're hesitating, whether in their words or body language, check in. For example, if they say,
I'm not sure.
I want to go to sleep.
I should go home.
stop what's happening and check in. If someone's words or body language are confusing, ask and clarify what they want. If someone's words or body language are confusing, ask and clarify what they want rather than making an assumption. It's also okay to change your mind about what you want or for your partner to change their mind about what they want. For example, maybe by the time Rachel gets to Everly's apartment, Everly is tired and doesn't want to hook up. Or maybe they start to make out and then Rachel decides that she doesn't want to do that anymore. As soon as someone communicates that they don't want to do something anymore, you no longer have consent. Let's talk about saying no. There are a lot of different messages out there about saying no. Some say that it's romantic to pursue someone after they've said no, as in portrayed in romantic comedies. They're just playing hard to get, or that it's more proper to say no before saying yes. This can be pretty confusing, but let's be clear. If someone says no, you must immediately stop what's happening and check in with your partner. You have the right to set limits related to your body and relationships. You can explain why you want to, but you don't have to. And no one should make you feel bad for saying no. There are also times when consent may not be given. Consent may never be given by minors. In Massachusetts, those under the age of 16 are considered minors. Consent also cannot be given by those who are unconscious, unaware, or otherwise physically helpless, or those who are incapacitated as a result of intoxication by alcohol or other drug consumption, whether voluntary or involuntary. Incapacitation is a state in which a person can't make a rational or reasonable decision because they lack the ability to understand the who, what, when, where, why, or how of their sexual encounter. For more information about alcohol and consent, please see the Office of Prevention and Education website. Even though we just spent some time breaking down Northeastern's definition of consent, consent doesn't have to be complicated. Consent is really just making sure you and your partner or partners are communicating and want the same thing. In addition to consent, there are many other things that you may want to clearly communicate to your partner or partners, like sexual preferences, sexually transmitted infections or STIs, barrier methods, trying something new, stopping something that you've done before that you don't want to do now, checking in to see if everyone is enjoying what's happening, needs, boundaries, and limits. Here are some tips on getting needs, boundaries, and limits. Here are some tips on getting these conversations started. Set up a time to talk with your partner or partners. This will help hold you accountable. You may also want to reflect on your own needs, desires, boundaries, limits, and preferences. This can make them feel easier to communicate.